right, guys, thanks for coming to another installment of the Launchpad with Lvnding. This is Taylor here with Superfuture. How are you doing today?
Hey Taylor, how are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. This is your first Jam and Jam. How are you feeling? Are you excited about your set?
Yeah, I like the notion that I get when people talk about this is that it's one that they want to repeat and go to all the time, and it feels kind of like the summer camp, what I'm used to, but on like the West Coast or Southwest. And I see that and feel it. Good community, like everything's really run really well, and that's for somebody who's as tired as I am right now. That's a great thing.
You know, and you're here, you're making it.
Yeah. No, we know how to fight through these tires.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, so something that I love about your music is you have a very unique super future sound. So
Thanks.
Where do you draw inspiration from? Is there any artists that you really can think of that kind of gave you an idea for how you want to make your music?
Yeah, and it's always trippy to hear that because like we're the person who like most likely doesn't see it that way because we're so like laser focused in. But hearing that is always like very heartwarming because that's what I want, and especially it's even more impactful if you don't know how to define it. And that's something that I kind of strive for, always like reinventing and. I always want to be on the cutting edge of, and I feel like that's the coolest part about being in like this bubble of an underground scene. Like that's where it's like brimming with the sound that no one's thought of before. And I'm like very experimental by nature. So I'd like to just like redo everything. And I think that that's sort of like, depending on what mood I'm feeling at any point in time of year, you're going to get stuff that sounds like reinventing or experimenting, but like, maybe I'm really moody. You're gonna hear some down tempo that has like some like angst to it, or like deep feelings or something like that. Or we play like making stuff with Wreckno. I'm happy. We're writing some sassy stuff, like stuff people can twerk to. It really depends on like what season I'm in.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as super future goes, because I like to do a little bit of everything, but it's kind of all converging into one unified thing that like I'm just like, okay, that's happening, but I don't really know what to call it.
Yeah.
And I think that's like part of the best. That's the best way to approach an artist's journey, I think. Like just inquisitively and just always changing. And the name I kind of like assimilated to like super future means like there's always more happening tomorrow, or like a better tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I loosely use it as better tomorrow, or like nuanced version of the future. So like you can't even keep up with it.
Absolutely.
If that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. No, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I love that you kind of are just constantly evolving, and that's why every one of your sets is super unique and exciting. So, you know, I know everyone's super excited to talk. I'd like to see you play it today.
Yeah.
And you kind of are a champion of the underground, like you mentioned. Is
Thank
there
you.
any underground artists that you are kind of, I guess, like up and comers that you are definitely like wanting to highlight?
Yeah, well, there's so many that are deserving, and it's how it always is. Like, if there's somebody who's been deserving of that spotlight, but they're still like starting their journey, you can see like almost their arc is gonna happen. And I said that about like Tape B early on. I was saying things about people in like the corner that I'm in as far as like using rap music and giving it like bass, guttural, like 808s, like, and just like more heavyweight balls to like rap music. Yeah. Those are the kind of people like. Let's see if I can think of off rip. Our Son is really dope. I've collaborated with him on my Hypnovision EP. Same with Montclair. Easy Bake is kind of taking him under their wing. I just found this person who's flipping a bunch of stuff called like Farva. I think that's how you pronounce it too. I hear his like Badaden song, like his like 140 version of that all the time. But there's so many. It makes your head spin when you try to like even keep track of all the people who are deserving of more. I know I'm going to think of when I watch this interview. I'm like, wait. One
more.
Yeah. I'll put it in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, thank you so much. And I think for our viewers, it's great to like, if they love your sound, they're going to be able to check out these other artists too that definitely deserve a platform as well.
Yep.
And
true.
So
we'll get there.
New projects that are coming up in like on the 2024 timeline. What are you looking to do this year? What can we look out for you?
So ever since people have brought like down tempo into a conversation of like, where is that played? Like, what's the right placement for it? Like, I was so excited when Liquid Strangers' Sasquan label was announced, because that was just like a big step forward for something that I didn't really know where to play it. And this down tempo, like, avenue that I almost made a side project, but I kind of want to make it like an encompassing thing, because like I'm a Gemini like to the fullest. Like I got two sides to every fucking thing, and this is no exception. So I love having a completed feeling of like having bass music and then an experience where you get to like totally immerse and fall into like, almost like the way that Mersive does his slow down sets. Like I have my own version of that. It's just super futures downtempo music, and I don't have a name for it yet. But what I've been trying to do is put it into clubs for so long, but it's been hard to do it anywhere but festivals. So what I'm doing this year is the places that really appreciate this sound, we've kind of like found them out as I've been discussing it on social media. Like, where do people want to see this? Because there's people who want to go just actually like immerse and fall and heal and just, I don't want to overuse the word vibe out, but it's definitely something different than like the bass that you get all the time. But I want that to be a primetime thing. So what I'm doing is a tour where I'm going to have a bass music set, so people will already get what they pay for usually for me, but then I'm going to follow it up with like an audio visual down-tempo hour at the end of the night, so people they're like forced to see what my favorite style is. So a lot more of that too.
Yeah, taking them on a journey. I think that's going to be amazing.
Yep.
And you said you're coming to Arizona soon. So what do you know when we can expect to see you back here too?
With Inzo, we'll be popping through, like me and Super have, I think Tape B or I think maybe Easy Baked, but it's on the Inzo tour. We'll be coming through. Sadly, not Tucson. Let's see, where was it? It was Phoenix and Albuquerque, so New Mexico.
Okay, super cool.
I'll be back. And I've been wanting to get back here since like Lightning in a Bottle last year. That was a really good one for me at the Stacks. And I think there's a lot of that same crowd who wants to hear the same kind of thing. So I'm going to bring with that heat.
Yeah, we're super excited. Yeah, and then, you know, lastly, we at Lvnding, we like to practice gratitude. What are some things you're grateful for in your life?
Ooh, Kyle right there for sure, my manager. It's been a week of handling a lot of stuff on like the backside of what I do, and for that I also have my wife to be extremely thankful for. I would fall apart without her. She's holding it down at home with the dog. Everybody who's come up to me and like had something nice to say about interactions, or like the way that like I try to build community or a set or music. Everybody who comes up to me, like I'm never gonna turn them away. I'm grateful that they want to say hi. They'll always get my time of day.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Thank you so much for joining us here at Lvnding. This has been another.
Yeah, you guys are hard supporters.
Is there anything else that you'd like to say for our watchers or for your fans out there?
I love you, Ryan.
All right, peace.